Fans, today is the day, May 9th of 2022. Today is the day that the Ahsoka show finally started production. Now, what does this mean for the Ahsoka show? When is it going to come out? What does this mean for the future of Star Wars? What does all this mean? Let's get right into all of it right now. What's up, guys? Micah Guy Loves Star Wars here. So today we're talking about the Ahsoka show. Finally, one of my most anticipated Star Wars shows. We're finally talking about it because it started production today. We got this news from Star Wars themselves. They posted all over social media a picture of a director's chair with the title Ahsoka on the back, with a cowboy hat sitting on the side of the director's chair. And now us Star Wars fans do know that a cowboy hat during production means Dave Filoni. Now we know that Dave Filoni is going to be in charge of the Ahsoka show because him and George Lucas created the character of Ahsoka back in the Clone Wars to be Anakin Skywalker's Padawan and make his fall to the dark side that much better, because Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order because there is something wrong with the Jedi Order and she figures that out first, and then Anakin's like, whoa, maybe there is something wrong with the Jedi Order, and he ends up leaving and becoming Darth Vader, of course. Now, the Ahsoka show is probably one of my most anticipated shows, so I'm really hyped for production because there's going to be leaked sets, there's going to be leaked pictures of scenes and all this stuff. But the reason this show is most anticipated for me is because of Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars The Clone Wars, for that matter. If you haven't seen either of them, go watch them. I know it's animated and not a lot of people watch animated, but it's literally some of the best Star Wars there is. But the reason this Ahsoka show is going to be so huge is because it's going to introduce Thrawn into live action and Ezra Bridger into live action. Ezra Bridger is the main character of the Rebels show. He's a young Padawan who's exactly the same age as Luke Skywalker, and he's trained by Kanan Jarrus, who is a Padawan who survived Order 66, who becomes a Jedi Knight and trains Ezra. But at the end of Rebels, Ezra and Thrawn go into the unknown regions and nobody knows where they went. And the Ahsoka show is finally going to answer that question. Now, Thrawn is the new big bad. Palpatine was the big bad from 1 to 6, really from 1 to 9. But he had a plan for when he died after Return of the Jedi. In Episode 6, when Darth Vader comes back to the light and kills Palpatine, there is a contingency plan, and it involves Thrawn. Now, whether or not Thrawn sticks to that plan remains to be seen. We'll probably find that out in the Ahsoka show, if he does what the Emperor wanted him to do, or he does his own thing. But he's going to be using the Empire's firepower. So this whole Mando timeline has one big bad guy, and it's finally going to be introduced in the Ahsoka show, and it is Thrawn. He is in charge of all of it, and I do believe that he is a lot more powerful than Moff Gideon, and they're probably going to show us that in the Ahsoka show by him either coming in and killing Moff Gideon, or him coming in and Moff Gideon either bows to him or shows some sign of respect, proving that Thrawn is a bigger threat than Moff Gideon. So Mando Season 1, Mando Season 2, The Book of Boba Fett, Mando Season 3, it's all leading to the Ahsoka show, and now it is in production. So when is it going to come out is a great question. Now that it's starting in May, filming and production, it's probably going to be a early next spring / late next spring release. It'll probably come out around a year from today, probably a little sooner, probably in that February-ish time slot, maybe even April. We don't really know for sure, but it usually takes about 8 to 12-ish months to film, produce, do all that stuff for a show. At least that was what the timeline was with Mando Season 1, Mando Season 2, Book of Boba Fett, all that. So we know we have Kenobi at the end of this month. We know we have Andor towards the end of the summer, and we're predicting that we're going to have The Mandalorian Season 3 by the end of this year. So that means early next year, there is no let-up. We're getting the Ahsoka show. And of course, with the Ahsoka show comes Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker as a Force ghost. If you haven't heard that yet, it's been confirmed that Hayden Christensen is returning to the role as Anakin Skywalker in the Ahsoka show. Now, it doesn't specify if it is as a Force ghost or a flashback, because Ahsoka was his Padawan in the Clone Wars, so we could get a flashback of the Clone Wars, but I think it's way more likely that we'll see him as a Force ghost. So you're going to get a scene with Force Ghost Anakin and Ahsoka talking to each other. Epic. And he's probably going to say snips, and I'm going to lose my mother-loving mind. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you hyped about Ahsoka finally starting production today, May 9th of 2022? Or are you just like, what, Ahsoka, why would I care? Because if that is what you're thinking right now, you are sorely mistaken. Thrawn, Ezra Bridger, Force Ghost, Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, Mando could possibly show... Enough said. Smash like if you like this video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and my pretty face will show up in that recommended feed of yours. The Ahsoka show finally starting production today, hopefully getting it by next February-ish, so get hyped. Get hyped. And may the Force be with you, always.